One Saturday a few years ago, I got a call in the middle of the night. He was one of my engineers at the company I worked for. He needed me to get a hold of the highest ranked person in engineering. We had a big problem that was impacting a customer. This was our largest customer. It was 2:31 in the morning. I remember this precisely because we had a newborn at home and I was in the middle of feeding shift when the phone rang. See, a year earlier, I had joined a startup, and after a few months of hard work, we had an MVP, we had a handful of customers, and the validation of a Series A funding round. The engineering team had quickly grown in size. Everybody was passionate about their work, and we were very proud to have just enough process. But despite having hired all these people, all these really talented people, I was stuck having to make a call in the middle of the night to the most senior person at 2:31 in the morning. Fast forward a year, the engineering team had doubled in size again, but now it felt like a different company. The culture didn't feel the same anymore, and we struggled to ship on time. We had grown so fast, but we really had failed to really take into account an integrated approach. There are many pitfalls to trying to grow an engineering team too quickly. Often it is reactive because the business is growing, customers want more features, and the team is not delivering fast enough. But the more people you add to the team, the more complex the communication becomes, and the harder it is to get aligned. This was famously observed by Fred Brooks in his 1975 book, The Mythical Man Month. Adding more headcount to a late software project makes it even later. For many successful startups, the path to growth goes through 4 essential stages: concept, MVP, build-out, and scale. The concept stage is the garage stage. There's a problem, you have a solution that you set out to create. Next comes the MVP stage. You assemble a team of highly talented and creative people. You set out to build a basic product. In the build-out phase, you iterate on your product to update and add features to meet the customer and market requirements. Stabilizing and increasing product quality also happens in this phase. Finally, the scale phase. Product adoption accelerates, and you need to expand to meet the demand. Each stage brings both opportunity and challenges. For an engineering team, the ability to meet the business need at a critical point can make or break the company. One approach I have found useful is to analyze the business needs across 3 primary dimensions: people, process, technology. The types of people you need in early stages are very different from those you need in latter stages of a startup. Same with how much process to adopt and when. The right technology choices can help accelerate a business plan, but can also result in massive technical debt that can stifle growth at a later date. I'd like to offer up that scaling requires anticipating and managing the inflection points as the business grows. They signal the end of a stage and entry into the next. This is a time for making strategic decisions on how you should evolve people, process, or technology. There is no silver bullet, of course, but this approach creates awareness for the signals to look for as you grow and plan for the challenges that lie ahead. The concept stage is all about building a prototype quickly so you can start demonstrating a solution to a problem and getting validation. In this stage, you need people that are comfortable with ambiguity, passionate, and willing to do whatever is needed. There is little to no process. You use whatever technology or platform that allows you to move fast. Here are some signs of an inflection point to look for in this stage and to prepare for the next. The concept is stabilizing, you're getting validation. You're starting to get past the expertise level on the team and you need specialists in some areas. Your backlog has grown and there are several ideas you want to test, but you do not have enough capacity. When you start seeing some of these signs, it is time to start preparing for the MVP stage. In this stage, you're gaining momentum and want to iterate fast on the features that are important to make the product viable. So it is important to optimize for learning, having a tight feedback loop so you validate the product features. You still need early stage people that are flexible and also are specialists in some areas such as design, UI, databases, etc. Some signs of an inflection to look for in this stage and to prepare for the next. The number of customers is growing as your product is validated. There are many requests for specials or additional features to meet some customer needs. You start seeing an increase in product defects as usage patterns change. This results in a lot of team distractions and take away time from delivering new features. When you start seeing some of these, it is time to prepare for the build-out stage. In this stage, you're really gaining momentum and experiencing noticeable growth. You still want to continue to create value and differentiate the product. Delivery is key, and you will need to start formalizing teams, processes, and start standardizing development tools. This is the phase when you start to hire professional managers, change how communication is handled, and need to invest in driving alignment across your teams. Some signs of inflection to look for in this stage and to prepare for the next. You start to see a lack of predictability in delivering new features. Velocity starts declining as the team might be consumed by quality issues or failing to meet the demands of an increasing customer base. There are lots of heroics from your senior team members to solve problems or ship new features. When you start seeing some of these, it is time to prepare for the scale stage. In this stage, you want to become a lot more methodical as an organization and plan for consistent and predictable operations to meet increasing business needs. There is a large investment in people, both developing people while also attracting new members. An inflection leading into this stage generally results in the need to ramp up hiring with both specialized skill sets but also generalists that will need to be onboarded. You are likely to lose some early stagers in this phase because the roles become more formalized, business needs put focus on efficiency and growth, and the culture begins to shift. Investing in a culture of learning, accountability, and continuous improvement is key to having an organization that can adapt to changing customers, business demands, and the competition. Obviously, the scale stage is not a terminal stage. The business will continue to evolve and you will continue to face challenges and need to be nimble enough to adapt. Certain events to watch for include significant portfolio changes, for example, a new product line, mergers and spin-offs, changing business climate, including competition and customer preferences. Major technological shifts can, of course, bring big disruptions in a business model. Investing in a learning culture is a great way to build agility into your teams to address challenges, ward off organizational entropy, and continue to improve. In summary, there's no silver bullet, but anticipate and plan for inflection points of growth. Optimize for delivering value quickly. Continuously invest in attracting and growing people. And if there's only one thing you take away from this talk, build a strong culture of learning and improvement.
Great.
As parting thoughts, I want to leave you with one of my favorite quotes. Einstein once said, "The significant problems we face cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them." Keep that in mind as you take your team through the stages of growth. Thank you for watching.